Alrighty guys, it is day 2 of minicamp for the Cleveland Browns, and you already know what that means. It's the second day of Shedeur Sanders versus Dillon Gabriel. Again, I know there were still no pads, no hits, and really no defense, but every rep matters, every first impression matters, and the Browns rookies look to continue to feed off of the momentum and energy they had yesterday. And they most definitely did. I have never seen a minicamp be in the spotlight before like the Browns because of this whole Shedeur Sanders thing. You guys showed so much love to the last minicamp breakdown video I did. I'm not going to stretch this one out. It's going to be super short. So once again for this one, I would really appreciate it if real quick you dropped a like and hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 60,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so we got to see Shedeur line up in a lot of different formations, 1-2 sets. Obviously still no O-line yet outside of the center snapping him the ball, but Shedeur has already been starting to show first round tendencies. You know, tendencies and skills beyond his years that you cannot teach. There were multiple instances today where he deked out the defense with his eyes, looking like he was going to throw the ball to the left side or the right side of the field, and he caused the corners to overpress or overhelp, and then he threw it middle. I think a lot of the reason why guys like Mel Kiper and other analysts, said he should have and projected him to get drafted top 15. Obviously, we know that didn't happen, but the skill and talent that Shedeur has been able to put on display thus far should come as no surprise to anyone. He also showed the ability to throw his receivers open, putting the ball where they need to be instead of where they were at the time. I know the NFL is a big jump from college, but for Shedeur, the reason why I am so confident in him being able to make the jump is because he was just so under-resourced in college. He had no O-line, no running game. Everyone knew he was going to throw the ball. Defenses basically were able to pick from 5 or 6 plays that they knew were coming, and he still succeeded. So now being out there around world-class athletes, the best players in the world, what makes you think he's not going to be able to find a way to thrive, especially with Kevin Stefanski running things as an offensive-minded coach? Overall, I thought Shedeur played pretty well today. It was a good follow-up. Obviously, he made some mistakes that he can learn and grow from, but really the main thing that happened today was Shedeur took the podium, and we got to hear him talk about his minicamp for the first time. Here were the highlights, and I gotta say, he sounded way beyond his years and very intelligent.
Yeah, I say it's only really rookies in the building right now, and all of them real cool, and they got great personality, so I'm glad to have that team bonding, that team chemistry back. Being, on your own with Pro Day and with the combine and everything is more individual for that. So being around that team environment, I'll say, is the best right now.
Next up, Shedeur was asked about draft day and the slide and what he thought about even the president defending him on social media and just everything that happened that day, because it really was wild. He got prank called, all that kind of stuff, and I loved his response.
Oh no, I was truly thankful. For it. Including him, there was a lot of fans, a lot of people in barbershops, a lot of hairstylists. There's a lot of just fans, of me and of my craft and of my family that was there to support. So I was just thankful that I have that foundation overall, just as people, and we all could come together as one.
That entire day was just wild. I think people are still trying to figure out exactly how Shedeur fell so far, because people said it was his ego, his arrogance, his dad, that he was a bad teammate, all that stuff. But I mean, he doesn't seem like one. He seems like genuinely a great guy. And I've said it a million times, he just has one of the biggest brands an upcoming rookie has ever had coming into this league. That's the big difference. Alright, moving on to the next question. Shedeur was asked about his popularity and how it affects him in his personal life. And man, his smile and energy is just contagious. I can start to see why so many people like this guy, especially if he actually performs on the football field.
I say definitely he gave us the spotlight to be able to do that, so he gave us the opportunity. That's all you can ask for in anybody's job and anybody's profession, is just an opportunity to give a chance. The rest after that is on you. So I'm taking every snap out there, I'm getting up after these hits. I'm throwing touchdowns. I'm the one that got to live it day by day. So that's all he gave us, was the opportunity, and we had to navigate and see what we like about. And that's why I study people. Honestly, I study people, see how they handle certain things, see what they do, see different people's tendencies when it's going on. So you won't ever really be able to tell, when I'm frustrated and when I'm not feeling good or anything, because I watch, even self-reflecting, years Even though, like, even just on sidelines and stuff, you know, I feel like I could have handled better situations because it was misunderstood by the mass, but I understood. But, you know, I don't want anybody to form negative opinions, you know, about me, and it's something I could change. So I just took that type of leadership ability within myself to not give that vibe off or not give off that different type of aesthetic of negativity.
I absolutely loved that response. Those words were way beyond his years. Shedeur actually is super intelligent, and there are not many people on this earth that would be able to handle the pressure and the spotlight that Shedeur has been in his whole life. Alright, now for Dillon Gabriel, we saw him in some 11-on-11 drills, we saw some great reps in play action, we saw him plant his feet and make some strong throws. Some reporters yesterday were saying that Gabriel actually looked a bit sharper than Sanders if you looked at things unbiasedly, as if there were no names or numbers on the back of the jerseys out there. I know a lot of you guys absolutely crucified Tony Grossi's minicamp recap of day 1, so let's take a look at and react to what he had to say about day 2.
Hi everybody, Tony Grossi back with your Cleveland Browns rookie minicamp report presented by Permco. Well, on Friday, Coach Kevin Stefanski said everything the quarterbacks do, the rookies, will be scrutinized, both or evaluated, as he clarified, both on the field, in the meeting room, in the locker room. What about in front of the media? Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders had their first press conferences as members of the Cleveland Browns, and I got to tell you, it was a draw. Both were outstanding, presenting themselves, said all the right things, and they were very interesting and very good to listen to. On the field, I have some numbers for today, the second day of minicamp. In the 7-on-7 periods, they each had 2 7-on-7 periods, 8 reps each. Numbers, you're interested in numbers? Don't overreact, people. Dillon Gabriel, 12 for 16. These are drills that the ball should never really hit the ground unless there's a good pass breakup. Dillon Gabriel, 12 of 16. 1 interception by linebacker Carson Schlesinger. Shador Sanders, 8 for 16. So that's where it went numbers-wise today. Don't kill the messenger, Shedeur Sanders fans. That's the way it was today. They come back on the field tomorrow. Media will not be allowed. That's going to make for a very happy Mother's Day to everybody.
I actually like Tony Grossi and his reporting because it really is unbiased. He just states the numbers. Now, I will say you can argue there was a little bit of bias because while Shedeur Sanders was 8 of 16, he didn't talk about his touchdown at all. But I was happy that he mentioned the Dillon Gabriel interception. So nonetheless, I think things were pretty even today all in all. Obviously, Shedeur needs to be a little bit more accurate. 50% with no defense is not good at all, but historically, he's been a super accurate quarterback throughout his career. That's pretty much what he's known for. So I'm not worried at all. But yeah, that's pretty much a recap of day 2. I didn't want to stretch things out. I know this was a shorter video, so let me know what you thought. Let me know who you think won the day. Was it Shedeur or Dillon Gabriel? Put that in the comments below. I'm going to respond to as many as I can. You guys blew up the comments in yesterday's video. There was like 500, so I still got to go through and respond to everyone. I promise I'm going to do that. But once again, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.